Hi guys, and welcome to the Sheffield Wednesday vs Sunderland match preview. So Sunderland do go to Hillsborough on Friday night, tomorrow night, as I am recording this. Now, Sheffield Wednesday, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than it looks on paper. Sheffield Wednesday, and going to Hillsborough anyway, it's going to be a packed stadium there. It's never going to be an easy place to play, but at the minute, Sheffield Wednesday find themselves in a spot of bother. I mean, a real spot of bother. You know, their manager, I expected him to go, to be honest with you. 8 games without a win, 6 defeats and 2 draws. Last time out they got beat 3-0 by Swansea. And I think some of the comments he made during the post-match interviews, I think really irked a lot of Sheffield Wednesday fans. His attitude towards it. It seemed pretty poor, to be honest with you, from what I saw. I don't know whether I'm reading too much into it, or Sheffield Wednesday obviously they have a wider knowledge than I do. But actually just watching it and some of the comments he made, he seemed like a very laid-back guy, considering he just got battered 3-0 and the bottom of the league, and not really looking like winning the games either. Some of them, I know a couple of them you might argue that they were a little bit unfortunate not to get away with something, but yeah, it's not looking great for them. But again, it's not going to be as easy as it looks on paper. Bottom of the league, and also when teams need to break a duck, how many times have I said it on this channel where we come up against teams who, say for example, they haven't scored any goals in 5 games away from home, and then they come to Stadium Light and they score 3 or 4, or they haven't grabbed a win in 15 at home or something like that, then we go to their place and we get battered. It happens all the time. Sunderland are here to break teams' ducks. So that's why we need to be as focused as humanly possible, take the game seriously, which I'm sure we would anyway. We'd never go in there thinking, we're better than them or we'll look down upon them. That'll never be shown. Respect will be shown, and we'll put everything into this game. I hope so. Of course, last time out, Sunderland did get beat. After we went through that streak of, we had 3 wins in the bounce, unbeaten in, I think, 5 games or so. 6 possibly, and we were looking really, really good. And that game against Cardiff, I think we need to try kind of wipe that slate clean, because we dominated that game, absolutely dominated. And like I said in the review to that game, it's all well and good having 70% possession, 20 shots to their 4 or whatever it was. The main stat is how many goals you scored, and we couldn't score, we couldn't break them down. Defensively, they were fantastic. You need to give it to their centre-backs. They were absolutely outstanding. They were excellent, but we made it easy for them. We're all well and good playing the pretty football, but we need to be a bit more penetrative when it does come to that final third. We need to penetrate more. We need to get in behind the lines, because it can become very, very predictable. And if Jack Clark is having a bad day on the left-hand side, or whoever's playing on the right, be it Roberts or Barr, if they're getting a bit predictable, or the crosses aren't great, or they're not managing to get past a man, we need another outlet. We can't just stick and glue to the wings. And we've got a striker stood up front who's been bursto over the last 2-3 games, who's looked pretty useless. But that's not, a lot of it isn't his fault. Of course, you have to give him some stick in terms of maybe he could have done more, made himself a bit more involved. But we're not giving him the ball. We don't know how to play with the striker, so we're struggling. So you will see in my preferred 11 for this game that I am going to change it up. I'll stick it on the screen now, actually, my preferred 11. Now, as you can see, I have gone with Pato in goal, Huggins at left back, Hume at right back, O'Nien and Bollard in the middle of defence, with Bellingham and Neal in the middle, with Clark on the left, Barr on the right, Pritchard as the cam, and Samido Hemia starting up top. Now, if you guys don't know what usually happens in game at the moment, and I really, really like this tactic, is what happens is when we're on the ball, in possession, what happens is we turn into a back 3 with Huggins, O'Nien and Bollard, and Hume pushes into the middle alongside Dan Neal. That's how it works. He pushes across, gets into the middle, and Bellingham pushes forward. So that means we have 5 players up there in attack, in Bellingham, Pritchard, Barr, Clark and Samido. And with Sheffield Wednesday, from what I can see, it looks like they largely play with a 3 at the back. So we need as many bodies as possible pressing that back 3, because if it's just Hemia stood alongside 3 centre-backs, then we're going to be screwed. So we need to really press them, really ask questions of them as well, not just punt the ball into the box if there's now on. We need to really ask questions of them, get at them, and we need Clark and Barr and Pritchard to really try and pull the strings there. But this is the team I would probably go with. I haven't seen the pre-match presser with Tony Mowbray just yet, so I know that he has come out. I've just seen on Twitter, or X if you want to call it that, I have seen that he has said we do have a long list of injuries, but he doesn't want to talk about it. I don't know whether since I've pressed the record button he's actually gone into detail, but just before I press record, I did see that he has said, we've got a long list of injuries, don't want to get into it, basically. So I don't know if any of these players are injured or what, but Yeah, so that is the lineup I would go with. Do you agree with me? Would you change it around a little bit more? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, the other night we did see a few more players in the it was the under-21s game. Rig looked really, really good. I think we won 3-1. Who were we playing now? I totally forgot who we were playing. Was it Charlton? I can't remember. Was it Charlton? I can't remember who we played. No, Derby, I think it was. Was it Derby? I think it was Derby in the under-21s. Rig played in the middle, brilliant. He's so graceful in the ball. Some of these little jinking runs through the middle. He's a player that we probably would use because against a team like, when we played Cardiff, we were just asking for a play to try and get through him, ask questions of him, but we're playing all the ball in front of him. Whereas Rig, I know it was only in an under-21s game, but we've seen it in first team games as well when he's got a few minutes at the end of a game. He's so good. He has that sort of balance and gracefulness and flair on the ball where it just sticks to him. The ball sticks to him like glue, and he's just drifting in between plays and weaving in and out. We can't do anything, and maybe we need that. So it'd be nice to see Rig get involved as well. Ashish, I think that's what I'm going to call him. That's what I'm going to Adil Ashish. He played. He scored as well. He looked quite dangerous. Although there's something about him. Now I watched a full 90-minute game. He didn't play all, but I think it was 60, 70 minutes he played. His first touch at times is really, really bad. And he can linger on the ball. A little bit, but again, there's only so much you can take from an under-21 game. But in general, you can see there was a lot of quality in there. Royson got himself a start, and he looked absolutely electric. I must say, yeah, he needs that bit of sharpness, and that's just what you get with minutes. But put him up front, and he was rapid. He was stupidly quick, and for the goal as well, beautiful touch, took it around the keeper, and as he took it around the keeper, Ashish actually comes and basically nicks it off Royson and just puts it into the back of the net with an empty goal, really. But there were a couple of really nice touches from him, and it'd be nice to see him maybe get on a bit earlier this game as well. But for my score predictions for this game, it'd be very easy for me to just say, all right, these are bottom of the league. We need to go all guns blazing here. Their manager seems to be under a lot of pressure, particularly from the fans anyway. 3-0 Sunderland win. I could easily say that. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a 3-0. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Sunderland win. I think ideally, I think I've probably just got my idealistic head on at the minute. It'd be great to kind of just calm everyone down because the frustration I did see online, and understandably so, when we got beat by Cardiff, in the manner we did. If we just played off the park, that's bad enough, but you can kind of accept it. But when you batter a team for 70, 80 minutes of a game, and then you let them crawl into it and somehow win the game when you've battered a team so much, it is such a kick in the gut that everyone's emotions are heightened and you act on emotion, and that's usually what I do, but fortunately I couldn't get myself to this seat right here until a good 1 or 2 hours after full time, so I had time to calm down a little bit. But yeah, I think it would be ideal. It's probably the perfect game on paper for us to have. They're under a lot of pressure, really struggling, go to their place, we've packed out the away end, we've sold it out, and get away with a big win, really chant us on, and a good 2-3-0 win. I think that'll be absolutely outstanding. So again, it's probably my sort of idealistic prediction, not my actual prediction, because I can see them maybe grabbing a goal, but I still think if we are to win, it's going to be maybe 2-1 if they are to score, but I'm going to go with a 3-0 Sunderland win anyway. Goal scorers, I'm going to go with Jack Clark to get a brace. And I also think Dan Neil's going to get himself a goal as well. So I'll go for that. None of the strikers. Strikers don't score for Sunderland, do they? But either way, that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments down below who you would start against Sheffield Wednesday away from home. It is, of course, under the lights on Sky Sports, which is always good news. It's just set up in it. I can just see it. The whole headline's going to be there looking for the first win of the season. Sunderland are up there and they're going to knock us down a peg. And I can just see it. But I'm going to go for the 3-0. Win, hopefully. What do you guys think the score is going to be as well? Let me know in the comments. Always interesting to see what you guys do predict. But if you've enjoyed, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, take care and stay jammy.